Hi guys, welcome back to XCOM 2. Starting a mission here.
That wasn't Biden's only awkward moment. He later snapped at a reporter during a rare joint news conference.
Can you give us your assessment of Hamas's response? And do you believe that they are trying to work towards a deal, or is this response working
The hell's this? Oh yeah, the rescue mission. Shit. It's gonna be a hard one. Let's see.
Anything the U.S. can do to drive towards a peace agreement? Thank you.
I wish you guys were a little play by the I'm here to talk about a critical situation in Ukraine. You're asking another subject.
Even CNN called out the president for that response.
He's been snippy recently about being asked multiple questions in these press conferences, which we should just be clear for both former White House correspondents. These are very limited. This president he falls far below his predecessors when it comes to interviews and when it comes to press conferences. We just need to be clear about that. They have a lot of questions to ask him, and these reporters do not have any opportunities. They will drag themselves to Italy for this G7 summit to do one thing, their job, ask these questions.
The White House Correspondents Association released a statement where they said, of course, look, the president can choose, how many questions that he has time for or who he calls on. But he's not going to dictate the subject of our questions to the president of the United States.
And that's right. Clearly is so used to being coddled and used to the reporter just, asking him questions that he wants to answer as opposed to asking the tough questions. And this reporter asking about a serious conflict going on in the Middle East right now on Israel. It's clearly going to be a lot of detached policy. That's what we're doing. And so you're not going to actually even address it at all. And if you're looking average, I think a lot of times we have to start looking into a lot of voters are start thinking, is this the best representative of the country? Is this the best that we have to offer in the United States of America? And I don't know.
And Dagan, I posed that question to you through the lens of the global eyes that are looking at the president right now in Italy. What are your top line thoughts of how the world has seen the president at the G7?
Can I be blunt? I don't care what the world thinks of the United States. I care what the U.S. voters think of Joe Biden. Not to be crap. But this nonplussed president is leaving Europe and the peace summit and is heading to this Hollywood Elita Way fundraiser. And Kamala Harris will be overseas to act in his stead. Everybody ought to pay attention to that. It's stunning optics. Take a good look, because if Joe Biden doesn't get elected for another 4 years, that's what happened. Her stepping in full time. Because by the end of another 4 years, he will not be a self-caring adult male, period. So that's what would happen, is he would be left behind and she would be doing the job of president full time. I think Dagan's absolutely right, and I think people do get embarrassed when the president stumbles on the world stage, because we want someone who is strong. We want someone who has a very clear vision of what our country needs and where we fit on the global stage.
Fuck you.
He's like Nana that just sort of toddled away from the picnic, and everyone's like, Nana, come back here, Nana. Okay, we're having cake. So, Dagan says he won't be a self-caring man in 4 years. He's not going to be a self-caring man in 4 months. I worry that he got bit on the head by a champ.
These are the options that Haley, I want to dig a little deeper into what Dagan said about the vice president taking over, because if you talk right now, she has displayed during her entire tenure an inability to be flexible or arguably graceful about not having earned her spot. I deserve this respect. And we covered that she declined many meetings with first spouses, saying that I'm the second person in command in the United States, so treat me as such. But here in the United States, for example, a first lady went on to become Secretary of State. So these kind of snubs that she has displayed and continues to display in Europe, on the world stage, will they affect, do you think, her success there and the relationship with our allies? We'll see, but she's clearly on the world stage trying to up her chops for Commander-in-Chief. We'll see if that works. I just quickly want to address Biden with the reporter yesterday and the White House Correspondents Association that came out and said, look, we don't choose topics. President rather, this topic.
Fuck.
I'm very critical of the White House press corps. Just go back and watch the press briefings from 2020. But let me just say, yesterday they did their job. The first reporter was from the Associated Press. They not only asked about Russia, but they asked about Hunter. And that is exactly what they should have asked about. Then you get to the second reporter, Josh Winger, and he asked about the Gaza war. That's a fair topic.
You have 2 help, my man.
If you're going to lash out because you're asked a substantive, good question from a press corps that's typically friendly to you, buckle up, buddy. You got Donald Trump coming your way in about a week and a half of the debates. Well, coming up, migrants continue to flood through Denland, California's broken border, and Gavin Newsom is blaming Republicans.
But the bottom line, at the end of the day, they need more resources. Everybody needs more resources. The Republican Party has been consistently standing in the way. Okay, everyone. Our mission is to provide complete balanced nutrition for strength and energy.
And sure, with 27 vitamins and minerals, nutrients for human health, and
Let's get everybody out of here.
Let's go.
When we say to be on time, they expect it to be on time. Our shipping is your advantage. Keep those expectations with reliable ground shipping. Extended with USPS Ground Advantage.
My name is Kurt Angle, and I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996, won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. And I wrestled for the WWE and Impact Wrestling for 20 years.
From the Powers Foundation, and the Powers are going to help every single one of them.
I saw a commercial a few years ago for Tower Towers, and it piqued my interest.
By giving $11 a month, you're joining us on August.
I was like, wow, this is really cool. We're doing for families of our fallen heroes. And for the first responders and the veterans, I thought this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. He was in the reserves, I believe, for 20 of them. He was a hard worker, he was a construction worker, and he ended up being a master drill sergeant in the Army. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. And he set a great example for all of us. And he taught me a lot of stuff about wrestling and about life. My dad died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. But he died. We didn't have any income coming in. We ended up being forced to move out of our house. And I remember how I felt. I was devastated. And so I understand what these families are going through. And have an organization like Tower Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in. I think that's just amazing. I think it gives them a sense of security. It lets them know that there's one thing that nobody can ever take away from them, and that's their home.
It changed my life. It changed my son's life. For me, I worried all days that was such a burden.
The Tower Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to ttt.org and calling 1-844-GREATEST.
Hi, I'm Tally, and I lost 85 pounds on Golo. Following Golo and taking release, I was able to lose weight gradually and keep it up. I wish I started sooner. Don't wait. Go straight to Golo.com.
When your home needs work, where do you go? Angie?
That's where Angie came.
With Angie, find top-rated certified pros in your area, plus compare quotes and pricing to help you get all your jobs done well. Find top-rated certified pros in your area at Angie.com.
Were you stationed, working, or living at Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987? If you or a loved one have suffered from a severe illness, you may be eligible for a settlement.
I like the robotics.
$100,000 to
Take out the robots.
$50,000 without a court filing. Morgan & Morgan is already helping over 15,000 veterans and their families in the fight towards justice. For more information, call the number on your screen or visit www.camplegioneinjury.com.
Dad and I finally had that talk
No, not that talk.
about what the future looks like.
For me, I may have trouble getting around, but I want to live in my home, where I'm comfortable, and my friends are nearby. I can do it with the help of a barber, personal shopper, an exercise buddy, someone who can help me live right at home.
Life's good.
But you have a plan.
Well, California is quickly becoming the new epicenter for our country's border crisis. Border Patrol agents say that they are constantly chasing groups of migrants, and morale is sinking with each passing day. The California Governor Gavin Newsom says he has a plan, calling in more backup from the National Guard. Matt Finn is live at the border in Tucumba, California, with more on that.
Emily, I'll step off camera quick to show you what we see just about every single day here in the San Diego sector. Yet another group of migrants who freely and easily cross into the United States with little to no deterrence. They're waiting now to be processed by the overwhelmed Border Patrol agents. And here in California, Governor Newsom posted a video online talking about how he's doubled the California National Guard at California's legal points of entry, which he says resulted in a record seizure of fentanyl. But at the same time, we're showing you these live pictures. We're standing out here just outside of San Diego, watching thousands of migrants illegally cross in a week, and we have not seen any California National Guard out here. And so Newsom's video really begs the question of whether he plans on sending any National Guard here to these illegal crossing points. Here's Newsom's clip.
Back down here at the border, Tijuana, and behind me, San Diego sector. This is the San Ysidro port of entry, not too far away, which is the largest
Spark on.
hemisphere. Just
You'll bring the spark on.
Agents,
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good.
Here in the state of California, look at the bottom line at the end of the day. They need more resources.
I like using the chain gun.
The Republican Party has been consistently standing in the way, providing the resources to support.
Spark bit's fine. Shredder gun. Restorative mist. Yeah, you gotta have some HP. Okay. This guys look like they're already set up.
Stop playing politics and do the right thing.
The Border Patrol Union in San Diego quickly responding to Newsom's video, writing in part, "We need help in stemming the flow of illegal migrants entering California, not rewarding illegal migrants with taxpayer-funded programs. Governor, if you are serious about closing the California-Mexico border, you would allow California National Guard to help us." And that live here looking at these migrants there and being ordered by Border Patrol agents to stand in a single file. They'll then be processed.
Shooter.
This past week, we have personally seen probably at least 1,000+ migrants cross here into the San Diego sector. This is a very well-known illegal pathway, and it's just rather stunning to sit here on American soil and watch migrants freely and easily cross into the United States. No deterrence. We have reached out to Governor Newsom's office to ask if he
Looks good.
has any National Guard down here to tackle this problem that we have been reporting on for weeks, if not months now. Emily?
Thank you, Matt. All right, bringing it to the couch. Kennedy, longtime resident of California, Southern California, right there. I'm curious your thoughts on Governor Newsom, prior Mayor Newsom, with us and Benny. Saying stop your politics. They better go.
Okay.
He's been there for a long time, and he's frankly done nothing to stem the flow at all.
I disagree. He's actually done quite a bit to make the problem so much worse and to create problems in the first place. So here's a person who exists to project and gaslight, and he will never take responsibility. He will never take accountability for the situation that he has created in California by incentivizing people to come over the border with free healthcare, free education, free college, stuff that hardworking Californians
Steal some corpses.
enjoy. But he is basically throwing the door open, and he's really only selectively putting the National Guard at entry points, not at the real tourist areas. And it's not just Mexicans, El Salvadorans, Hondurans, and Venezuelans. We're seeing all sorts of migrants from China and the Middle East because they know that's the best, easiest place to get in. He is a completely unserious person when it comes to solving this issue.
Yeah, I mean, the other part of this too is I think a lot of it is just a publicity stuff. I mean, I think that when you look at if he actually wants to solve the problem, he would be putting them, like you saw on the clip, he would be putting them in the rural areas, not just at the legal points of entry. He'd actually have National Guards in the areas to actually interdict the flow of drugs across the border, which are, by the way, killing our
Dope ass gun he's got. I love that gun.
Look at what he's actually doing. He's not actually
Fucking awesome.
What he's trying to do is just save face. And we don't need more politicians just to make action, just to save face. I mean, it's just what Biden did with the peel off the coast of Gaza that delivered no aid to what's going on. I mean, it's all about just these appearances, not actually solving the problem. And so I think voters are smart looking at this. Like, this is a publicity stunt. This is clearly not actually solving the problem. Even Border Patrol folks are talking about it as well.
Was this a way for him to remind the Democrats that he's the plan B in case Biden doesn't make it until November? He was having good
Finally, it's up.
To get in front of the camera. To Kennedy's point, not only has he encouraged illegals to come into this country, in January of this year, California opened up the state's Medicaid program to hundreds of thousands of illegal migrants living in California. 700,000 illegals now have access to the state's Medicaid program. It costs billions of dollars every year, underestimated at what, $3 billion a year. It will cost, and this state already has a budget deficit of what, can a deficit billion? Yeah, exactly. So shut your mouth. You're lying. It's not the Republicans' fault. You know it.
You're exactly right. He attacked the GOP. He attacked House Speaker Mike Johnson. And he said, we're out here doing the work. Really? Well, let me quote Daryl Issa. Daryl Issa said, save it, Gavin Newsom. You run the largest sanctuary state in the country. Yes, indeed, he does. In our poor Border Patrol law enforcement, I sat down with 2 law enforcement officers in Texas, and they told me how heartbreaking it is. Not only are they chasing migrants down on foot and car, but they are seeing the plight on the children crossing the border by the cartels. I can't even get into the horrific images they described to me of children who were blooded at the border by cartels. They see this every day. They deserve support. Coming up, why home ownership costs in the U.S. are surging as young Americans lose hope of ever owning a home. Stay with us.
I hear it all the time. People tell me they'd love to buy gold, but because it's gold, they think it must be complicated. It isn't. Not with Rosalind Capital. With Rosalind, the entire process from start to finish is built on one concept. One, keep it simple. Rosalind Capital, a trusted leader in helping people acquire precious metals. Gold bullion, Lady Liberty gold and silver proofs, and our premium coins can help you preserve your wealth. Call Rosalind Capital at 800-630-8900 to receive your free Rosalind Guide to Gold, Gold and Precious Metals IRA, and silver brochures. With Rosalind, there are no hassles, no gimmicks. Our shipping is fast and reliable. Remember, keep it simple. Make gold your new standard. Call Rosalind Capital today at 800-630-8900. 800-630-8900. That's 800-630-8900.
This is keratin debris, where nail fungus grows. Nonix Nail Gel cleans out fungus by removing keratin debris. Using Nonix, 90% of nails improve. Get clinically proven results. So effective, it's money back guaranteed.
How's this feeling sick? It was the worst day. Well, it was fine. I was sad.
I was diagnosed with rhabdomyosarcoma.
Once we got the first initial hit, it was just straight tears, sickness in your stomach, just don't want to get up out of bed. That steak. Well, you gotta look on the bright side of things. Tell me what the bright side of childhood cancer is.
It's a long road. It's hard. But St. Jude has gotten us through it.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital works day after day to find cures and save the lives of children with cancer and other life-threatening diseases. Thanks to generous donors like you, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live.
Without all of those donations, St. Jude would not be able to do all of the exceptional work that they do.
For just $19 a month, you'll help us continue the life-saving research and treatment kids need.
No matter if it's a big business or just
Shit, I spent all of it. I didn't know. Man, okay. It's okay, I need the upgrades.
big deal.
Join with your debit or credit card right now, and we'll send you this St. Jude t-shirt that you can proudly wear to show your support.
Our family is more ever grateful for donations big and small because it's completely changed our lives and it's given us a second chance.
This one doesn't look good. Doesn't look.
Every single kid gets that chance.
Well, okay, we'll do it.
Please, don't wait. Call or log on or scan the QR QR code below right now.
It's doable. I just don't want to end up in anybody dead or whatever.
I was scared.
I hate when that
I was
happens.
told age-related macular degeneration could jeopardize my vision.
Great. One more thing to worry about.
It was all too hard to deal with the vision. Like making a plan with my doctor to have Preservision was easy.
Preservision A-Reds 2 contains the exact thing you recommend. To help reduce the risk of modern to advanced AMD progression.
Thanks to Preservision, I feel better, but I'm doing something about it, like millions of others.
Preservision.
You know what's crazy?
But this is better than cooking at home. I mean, more affordable than groceries.
Of course. Groceries are expensive.
I was in trouble there for a second.
Oh, you are.
Anytime, anywhere. Fox News Audio on Sirius XM. America is listening.
We are seeing the American dream of home ownership now slipping away under President Biden. New CPI data shows that housing inflation. A new report from Zillow says compared to 4 years ago, $47,000 more to afford a home now. Millennial and Gen Z home buyers say, I wonder why. Some are turning to TikTok videos to understand why it's becoming so difficult.
So I had a harder time buying a home. The gap between income and home values has grown at a steady rate over the past 50 years. No kidding. Let's take a look. In 1980, the average house was $47,000.
Oh, come on.
You had to come up with in 1980, and the median household income was $21,000. Fast forward to today, the average house is $400,000. A total of $96,000 cash. And the median household income is $80,000. You will see it got a little harder. Significantly.
But the liberal media wants you to believe that Biden's economy is just fantastic. This recent headline from The Atlantic reads, the U.S. economy reaches superstar status. No, really. Wow. Dig in, according to Zillow, you have to have more than $100,000 as your income in order to afford a home. The median household income in this country is $59,000.
Got it.
And in 34 of the 50 largest metro areas in the United States, you need an income north of 6 figures. In 6 of those cities, you need to make more than $200,000.
Wow.
And even as interest rates, mortgage rates are holding about 7%. They were below 3% when Joe Biden took office. Even as mortgage rates are up, you would think that home prices would have eased. They continue to skyrocket. Ready to own, horrible if you don't, because there is people are locked into their homes because they have low mortgage rates at like 3%, and they don't want to sell. So there's so much scarcity out there. Do these bidding wars? I almost got sucked into one recently. Somebody
Whoops.
more than 10% over the ask. There were 16 bidders on the house, and you feel like you lost. And I just want to encourage people.
Good for you.
Lose. You have to take your time and not rush. This will be the biggest investment you ever make, and you might be putting money into a house that eventually falls in price. So bide your time. One quick thing, Gen Z says in a Redfin survey, 91% of people 18 to 27 years of age say housing affordability is the most important issue for them in this election.
Yeah, well, maybe you need new leadership. Jeremy, the facts are housing prices under Trump, $329,000, and then under Biden, $420,800.
And look, the figures don't lie. And I can just personally attest to this. You know, my wife and I, we just became homeowners last year, and I looked at the interest rates, and unfortunately, they've only gotten worse over the last year. And it's a really serious issue. I think a lot of kind of long-term homeowners look at it sometimes and might be thinking, okay, we're just complaining about something else. The housing market fluctuates, it'll be fine. It's far more serious. I have a lot of friends who are my age, I'm 30, a lot of millennials who are looking at this and saying, you know, it's hard to plan a career off of this. You don't know where you're going to be living. It's hard for families in kind of a holding pattern. You don't know where you're going to be long term. There's a lot of second, third, fourth order effects of this that affects a lot of people. But it is a major issue that I think a lot of political leaders and just folks in the community should think about this more, because it is affecting the next generation.
But it's superstar status. The economy starts to say, it's not. Sorry, it's just not. And we've talked about this so many times. The disconnect, because there are metrics in the economy that betray that there is some real health here. Unfortunately, for people whose wages are being outpaced by the cost of groceries and the cost of rent, it is an impossibility to save. And I've also said this before, people are living on their credit cards, and they have been for some time. And now if you miss the payment, your interest rate is 30%. It's near 30%. So people are chasing their tails economically. I will tell you this. I interviewed a prisoner of war from Vietnam this week on my podcast, Bob Jones. And he survived in that camp for 5 years. And he has the most incredible optimistic experience, outlook on life. And he tells younger people, hang in there. It will get better. He says, trust me, what I've been through. And he's like, now he lives in Hawaii. He's gone to the other side. This economy for you will go to the other side. There is always hope.
I love that, Emily. What strikes me so much is the paralysis that so many are experiencing right now. So 80% of homeowners have an interest rate at 5% or less, and twice as many will sell if it goes below that. So everyone is just stuck. When you look at the foreclosure rates, when you look at Americans who are being displaced, New Jersey is twice the national average. Delaware, where the president's from, and Connecticut, the numbers are frightening, and the quality of life is eroding in addition to all of these factors. Because as builders are building new homes, they're making them tinier, they're making them with cheaper materials in order that people can afford them. But the whole point is, so what we have to afford to for our first homes is about this big and made of something sort of flimsy because that's all we can afford. Such an erosion.
I have optimism though. A lot of small Midwestern cities and towns are attracting young people because they can buy older homes at lower prices, and it's such an exciting time to live somewhere you never thought about.
Well, trying to get inside the problem. It is this. It's the color blue. That's for them. All right. Up next, somebody's epic Hall of Fame speech that's blowing up social media.
My husband and I own a growing beverage company. We rely on e-commerce and digital tools to build our business and launch new products. Thanks to American investments in AI, we're using this technology to run our business more efficiently. Artificial intelligence is a game changer. I'm excited that the U.S. is leading the world in its development. Our leaders should continue to protect America's competitive edge, to strengthen small businesses like ours. Reminder, take your appointment.
I don't want to wait or have surgery for my dividends. Travis, I want a non-surgical treatment. And if non-surgical treatment is an offer, I'll give a second opinion. Take charge of your treatment. If you can't clear
Let a grenade him.
specialist.com. Get started.
The all-new GoDaddy Arrow helps you get your business online in minutes with the power of AI. With the perfect name, a great logo, and a beautiful website. Just grab the domain and pick links in your business. Make now the feature at GoDaddy.com/arrow. Family is the most important, but sometimes a lack of energy can get in the way. Your body needs fuel, especially as you get older. But there's no better fuel for your body than whole fruits and vegetables. Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies supplements provides the nutrition your body needs, helping you embrace what matters most. Due to popular demand, the 3-5 Spice plus 35% off promotion is extended. Use discount code FOXNEWS.
Man, it's our breakfast day. And it's so close to the stadium. I managed to get the last room for $190.
I put the last one a week ago.
I booked yesterday, one night $140.
What?
Some sites panic you into booking their last room. They don't have all the availability. Instead, use Trivago. Trivago compares hotel prices from hundreds of sites, so you can save up to $50 a night.
Well, at least I got the last ticket to the game.
Hotel Trivago.
Well, the conditions for Joe Biden this summer was just convicted on federal gun charges and his trip to Europe. That was a disaster. Full recap tonight on Emily.
No real names
NS-15, this is Avenger. We have positive confirmation of the target package. Move to acquire.
Already there.
Floods, leaves, and quirks in every province and territory across Canada. Squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship.
On the move.
From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play, and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
When I found out what the United Ways are doing, I was sitting inside the metro.
NS-15, status confirmed. The charges are inactive and the package is secure. Eliminate any remaining hostiles near the AO.
We must leave this place. This is Firebrand. Evac request confirmed. Hold tight. On it.
What was the man arrested in New York with a small arsenal up to? Was it a foreign terrorism? And how safe is America these days? Paul Barlow joins us. Joe Biden goes on a walkabout during a G7 photo op, raising more concerns about whether he is dialed in or dialed out. For Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, reports of horrific shark attacks along the Florida coast. We'll talk to a shark expert about what's going on. And the dad without a dad, who has become the YouTube dad. We've got it all for you. John Roberts can join Sandra and me for the Friday edition of America Reports, top of the hour.
Getting out of here.
Firebrand is returning to base.
Tom Brady became the newest member of the Patriots Hall of Fame yesterday, and during the ceremony, he gave an inspiring speech that's
I would encourage everyone to play football for the simple reason that it is hard. It's hard when you're young to wake up in the off-season at 6 a.m. to go train and work out, knowing that all your friends are sleeping in and eating pancakes. It's hard when you're on your way to practice, way down with all your gear, and it's 90 degrees out when all the other kids are at the pool or at the beach, and your body is already completely exhausted from workouts in 2 days. It's hard to throw, catch, block, and tackle, and hit kids when they're way bigger and way more productive, only to go home that night bruised and battered and strained, but knowing you have to show up again the next day for just a chance to try again. But understand this, life is hard. No matter who you are, there are bumps and hits and bruises along the way. And my advice is to prepare yourself. Because football lessons teach us that success and achievement come from overcoming adversity. And that team accomplishment far exceeds anyone's individual goals. To be successful at anything, the truth is you don't have to be special. You just have to be what most people aren't. Consistent, determined, and willing to work for it. No shortcuts. If you look at all my teammates here tonight, it would be impossible to find better examples of men who embody that work ethic, integrity, purpose, determination, and discipline that it takes to be a champion in life.
Well, Kaylee, you are the fan on the couch, and I think you have some potential weigh-in from another champion that you want to share. Yes, thank you, Tom Brady, for wearing red. You're reminding me of that Super Bowl trophy you won my 10K box. So incredible. But my dad is the walking embodiment of exactly what he just said. My dad was told he's too small to be a defensive end at 6 foot. He was a walk-on at Mississippi State University in the SEC. He became captain of the team,
still holds the #5 sacks record. And I asked him what was so special about football. He said it's all about teamwork, responsibility, love and hate, competition, everything a young man needs to learn about the world and himself. It's a hardening process that builds character in a young man while having fun doing it. Football's fantastic. My dad's an example. Tom Brady, thanks for highlighting all that. No, I got chills because those are life lessons about dedication and just the process of living and just living a regimented life where you try and strive, and you don't have to be gifted from birth. You just have to care and work at it and know how to get along and work with other people. And I think that ultimately is the story for success in any pursuit.
And yet that grit, I mean, that's what he's really talking about, that ability to overcome, you know, most the odds. And I think about today is the Army's birthday, and I think about so many times in the Army, we find ourselves in the middle of the woods, rained on, it's miserable, tired doing this. And sometimes it's like, it builds character, right? It's just, it's doing hard things has value in itself. So even with my wife and I, we want our kids to put them in situations where they're challenged and they actually have to overcome adversity to develop that grit, because that is one of the most, I think, one of those important traits that you can have just to be successful.
Free the rebels.
Because he's so ugly and entertaining. I was watching that. I was watching the speech and I was like, man, perfect got him. Oh, wow. I know Tom Brady is very attractive to love, but I really think that the former president should have him to be VP because he would definitely bring in that asshole vote. We will add that to the poll of people. What say you two about the different parallels between the Army and the football? Right, hear this, you know, we can apply it to absolutely the lessons outside the bounds of the industry, but are there some that I hear that and think, okay, so you're talking about being at the being on the floor of the luxury, or
I think it's a little bit about it once it when you're in kind of discomfort to work harder and to try to overcome even obstacles in life. So I think for anybody, putting yourself not running from those times that you might be, you know, a little anxious, might get a little bit of anxiety, pushing past that actually makes you a more successful person.
Can I add a story Jocko Willink, former Navy SEAL, told? He said during BUDS training, you can look at all the guys and there's going to be one guy who you know is not going to make it because he's inside his own head, while all the other guys are in it together and actually laughing at the adversity. And when you're united together, that's what helps you overcome.
Amen to that. Stay with us, guys. We're on the Monday.
Somebody needs to cut my car insurance, and I saved hundreds. With all the money I saved, I thought I'd buy stilts. Being so tall definitely has its advantages. You gonna get up?
Thanks.
Hi, honey. Ready to go?
Yep. There it is. There we go. I guess it also has disadvantages.
Yes, it does.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. My mental health was better when I controlled what's called TD. Tardive dyskinesia started disrupting my day.
TD felt embarrassing. I felt like disconnecting. I asked my doctor about treating my TD and learned about Ingrezza.
Ingrezza is clinically proven for reducing TD. Most people saw results in just 2 weeks. People taking Ingrezza can stay on most mental health meds. The #1 prescribed Ingrezza has simple dosing routine. Always one pill, once daily. Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Pay close attention to and call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden changes in mood, behaviors, feelings, or have thoughts of suicide. Don't take Ingrezza if you're allergic to its ingredients. Ingrezza may cause serious side effects, including angioedema, potential heart rhythm problems, and abnormal movements. Report fevers, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these may be life-threatening. Sleepiness is the most common side effect.
Take control by asking your doctor about Ingrezza.
Attention former Marines and family members stationed at Camp Lejeune. If you lived or worked at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina for at least 30 days from August 1953 to December 1987 and have been diagnosed with cancer, neurobehavioral effects, had a child born with birth defects, or been diagnosed with fertility issues or more, significant compensation may be available. Call Legal Injury Advocates now to process your administration claim before the August 10th, 2024 deadline. Call 1-800-571-7272.
Somebody would ask for something and she would just walk right past. She didn't know they were talking about her. I just could not hear. I was hesitant to get the hearing aids because of my short hair, but nobody can see. I'm really invisible. So just one reason.
Good. This looks dope.
Finally could hear for the first time. I could hear everything. Call 1-800-234-7007 to schedule a free hearing evaluation and unlock the best deal of the year.
Imagine checking your own heart with medical precision from anywhere. Introducing KardioMobile 6M, the FDA-cleared EKG that provides 6 times more heart data than any smartwatch. And it detects 3 of the most common arrhythmias in just 30 seconds, including atrial fibrillation, bradycardia, and tachycardia. Check your
Got a funny feeling about that one.
personal EKG outside the hospital. Get one for Dad this Father's Day at cardio.com or Amazon.
It's time to feed the dogs real food, not highly processed pellets. The farmer's dog is fresh food made with whole meat and veggies. It's not dry food. It's not wet food. It's just real food. It's an idea whose time has come.
Oh, I just scheduled an appointment online and the inspection was a breeze. They explained everything.
Filters technology protects your gutters for good.
Yeah, my home's protected.
Call 833-LEAFFilter or visit leaffilter.com.
Here's the thing. Better for things.
Here's the big key scoop. Everything.
Help fuel today with Boost High Protein. Complete nutrition you need without the stuff you don't. So, here's to now.
Dad is a legend. And his legendary moves might be passed down to you. Ancestry DNA can show you which traits were inherited.
2 days, not enough time.
But get moving. This sale is only for a limited time.
Last but not least, former President Trump is answering one of humanity's most pressing questions, guys. Do you believe in aliens? Here's what he told influencer Logan Paul on his podcast.
Aliens. I want to talk to you about aliens. UFOs, UAPs, something's going, there's something happening. There are unidentified aerial phenomena in the sky. We don't know what they are. Do you? So, it's such a question I do get a lot, and it's such an interesting question. I've met with pilots, like beautiful Tom Cruise, but taller, okay? Handsome, perfect people. Sir, there was something there that was round in form and going like 4 times faster than my super jet fighter plane. And I looked at these guys, and they really mean it. Yeah. And
Confirmed. Take this one.
I believe it or not,
We'll check it out.
but I have met with people that are serious people that say there's some really strange things that they see flying around down there. It's very possible that there is something. And why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it be dirty?
I think first of all, people act on it. What does the government do? What's going on out there? And how do we get access to some of that information? And I took my dad, pastor out in Georgia, and one thing he always says, I don't know what's out there, but what I do know is the Lord said, I don't want aliens.
Yes. I love that he said it was a bit shorter. That was hilarious. I was sorry, but I just want to know from you how positively
Okay.
when you heard Trump say that we were aliens, Emily. Well, I know at first off, I was hoping for his insight into the classified information to say definitively, I can't tell you that, and then we would know that it was yes. That's it.
He wasn't going to fall for that trap of saying, yes, I believe in aliens, but how many headlines would that deliver? I thought that was, a measured answer. Brilliant. I believe in aliens. I believe he believes in aliens. He's seen the file. He's seen every file. It's the first thing you do when you get into the Oval Office. It must make you think about that. The only time is that he's been by a very strong suggestion. There we go.
There we go. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Don't forget to DVR the show. Enjoy your weekend, guys. And now here's America Report.
Look at this. There are still well over 13,000 migrants living underneath this bridge right now, looking like a massive refugee camp. What do you think of President Biden?
True.
Biden?
Mr. Nadal, Microsoft. I don't think that we know well.
The two Jordanian nationals, as you mentioned, illegally in the U.S. We confirmed that, intended to breach the base in this foxtrot.
The NYPD pulled over his Ford Explorer over a blacked-out license plate, only to make a disturbing discovery: a stockpile of weapons.
From domestic extremist threats to the explosive border crisis, the U.S. appears to be less safe under President Biden as questions mount over his mental acuity and ability to defend the country from attack. Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Sandra Smith and you are on this Friday. Great to be with you, John.
Friday, that sounds so good, Sandra. I'm John Roberts in Washington. This is America Reports. As President Biden meets with Pope Francis and continues talks with G7 leaders in Italy, we are getting new details on what prosecutors say could have been a disaster for America's biggest city. A man who reportedly expressed jihadist views was busted just blocks from the New York City airport early Wednesday morning. And now we are learning he had a cache of weapons, ammo, and an NYPD bulletproof vest in his SUV when police pulled him over.
We have live Fox News team coverage for you, kicking off a brand new hour. Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo will join us in moments on the president's latest gas at the G7 summit. Jackie Heinrich is traveling with the president. We'll have more on his meeting with the Pope. Matt Finn is live in California, where illegal border crossings continue to spike. Let's begin with Nate Foy, though. He is live here in New York City on the thwarted attack.
Well, it's a scary situation, Sandra, and today investigators are really focusing on the suspect, Judd Stanson's social media history, as they try to determine his motivations and intent leading up to his arrest. He's being held without bail today, and the police DA, Linda Katz, says right now they're not prosecuting this as a terrorism case, but that could change as they continue gathering and evaluating evidence.
We have reason to be concerned. We will continue the investigation. We will make sure that they're safely on the scene. We're going to look at what he said on social media. We're going to look at the computers. We're going to actually find out what his intent is.
Prosecutors say they found disturbing social media posts, but they didn't provide specifics about what those posts said. When police pulled Sanson over, officers found a knife holstered to his leg, a loaded 9mm Glock handgun under the driver's seat, an axe taped to the roof of the car, along with 9 loaded magazines, several knives and daggers, a weighted whip, and a stun gun. Officers also found NYPD body armor, an orange MTA vest, a V for Vendetta mask, and a baton with disturbing phrases in Arabic written on that baton. We'll send it back to you, Sandra.
Nate Foy on that for us. Nate, thank you. John, some breaking news.
Yeah, some breaking news coming to us from the UK. Kate Middleton is expected to make her first appearance in public in months tomorrow at the King's birthday parade. After saying that she probably would miss the so-called trooping of the colors, she now says that she is going to attend. She says she's been blown away by all the kind messages of support and encouragement over the last couple of months. It has made a world of difference to William and me and has helped us both through some harder times. She says she's making good progress. She says, as anyone with chemotherapy knows, there are good days and bad days, but apparently, Sandra, she is feeling well enough, at least this weekend, to make her first public appearance in many, many weeks.
Worth continuing on with that message, as this is the first public statement we have had from her in quite some time. She adds to that, John, but on the good days when you feel stronger, you want to make the most of feeling well. She says her treatment is ongoing and will be for a few more months. On the days I feel well enough, it is a joy to engage with school life, spend personal time on the things that give me energy and positivity, as well as starting to do a little work from home. I'm looking forward to attending the King's birthday parade this weekend with my family and hope to join a few public engagements over the summer, but equally knowing I am not out of the woods yet, John, and that's obviously a key part of that statement.
Yeah, she says she's taking each day as it comes, listening to my body, allowing myself to take this much-needed time to heal. So we'll be looking forward to the photos this weekend, the King's birthday parade, the trip into the Kellums, and she will be in attendance.
We are wishing her and her family the absolute best in her healing process for sure, John.
She is so brave the way that she is handling all of this. All right, as all of this goes on, despite the surge of illegal migrants crossing into California, Governor Newsom is boasting about his state's response. Matt Finn is live in Tacoma, California with that part of the story. What was the governor boasting about?
John, the governor was boasting about increasing California National Guard at the legal points of entry here in California, but it is well known that migrants who cross illegally, like this group live behind me right now, well, they don't use the legal points of entry. This is rinse and repeat here in the San Diego sector. This group is waiting to be processed by the overwhelmed Border Patrol. Migrants here tell us they fly into Mexico, they pay human smugglers to guide them into the United States. It is a well-oiled criminal enterprise. This week here in San Diego, we talked to migrants from Iran, China, Yemen, Turkey, Nepal, and India. Governor Newsom posted a video online talking about how he's doubled the California National Guard at California's legal points of entry, which he says resulted in a record seizure of fentanyl. But at the same time, you see these live pictures, and we're standing out here watching as
that's not enough time.
And illegally cross into the United States, and we have not seen any California National Guard out here. And so Newsom's new video really begs the question of whether he plans on sending any National Guard here to these well-known illegal crossing points. Here's a portion of Newsom's clip.
Particularly in United States of California, look at the bottom line at the end of the day. They need more resources. Everybody needs more resources. But the parties away.
The Border Patrol Union in San Diego quickly responding to Newsom's video, writing in part, we need help in stemming the flow of illegal migrants entering California, not rewarding illegal migrants with taxpayer-funded programs. Governor, if you are serious about closing the California-Mexico border, you would allow California National Guard to help us. And we also shot video of a group of mostly Chinese migrants who illegally crossed just wandering around the Border Patrol processed them in front of a home. The Border Patrol agent told us at that point he just mobilized day after day, chasing down illegal groups of migrants. Border Patrol here on the border, that they signed up for when these large groups appear. It renders them useless to actually go chase drug smugglers, to go and chase the gotaways, because this is an all-day process to take care of these large groups of migrants that appear. We've inquired with Governor Newsom's office multiple times now, asking him if sending the California National Guard down to what you are seeing live right now, this issue live, and we're waiting to hear back from the Governor's office. We'll keep you updated, John.
All right, Matt in for us with the latest from the cook-up. Matt, thank you. Now this.
Menace 1-5. The admit data vault near your position. Be advised, self-detonating charges are in place at the target. Move to disarm and extract the package before its contents.
2 spots, okay?
A moment meant to showcase unity and military prowess at the G7 summit turned into
I think we'll save it.
President Biden.
I'm gonna fuck nothing up here.
Walk away from his skydiving demonstration.
And we'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out.
Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is also a Fox News contributor. Mr. Secretary, great to have you here today. To be obviously taken very seriously, this happened about this time yesterday. We started to see this video, and most of us watched it a few times to try to, assess what we were really seeing.